Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with a weekly trade example for you for the week ending April the 29th of 2011, even though I'm not getting this out till April 30th. Sorry about that. I just had a tremendously busy day yesterday, a lot of stuff going on. And so anyway, here we are. This is going to be a fun day. Watch this. We're going to go through a chart. This is a 1 hour chart of the euro. We could have picked anything you want, but I just want to illustrate to you the way that support resistance levels look. Mark them off on your charts the way I've done it here, and just do it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go to these major swing points like this and put lines across, okay? And I use the bodies, like, see there's a wick down here? Well, I use the close of the body, the highest close of the body here. And then for a resistance level, I'll tend to use the highest close of a body, not the wick necessarily, okay? Normally it'll just be the body, not the wick, okay? So with that in mind, let's just go ahead. Now, when you get to these levels, what do? They're levels of caution. Now, I've drawn this one in, for example, because it became a swing point. It's a level I want to watch. We'll see what happens. I want to watch this level. I expect there to be resistance up here. So as price goes up, do I want to be selling here, or pardon me, do I want to be buying here? No, because I want to see if price can make it through this level before I commit to it, and I want to see it hold above, and it does, but then it stops again up here and forms another fractal level. So we're going to watch this level. These old levels now become levels of support, and actually price did bounce off here pretty good, but as it goes down, stay with the major swing points. Don't get too caught up in these little tiny ones in here. See little swing points in here and here. Get the major ones. Those are where the biggest reactions are going to happen. And as price bumps up and down along here, you can see what it does. Let's just move it along here. It comes back up and hits here. Now, do you want to be a buyer right here? No, not yet. It's just safer to wait and let price prove itself here by holding and closing above this resistance level. In fact, you could look for good selling opportunities using Noble entries, Vic trades, all sorts of things in there, or just simply selling it with an appropriate stop loss and appropriate profit target. That's another lesson. But as it comes down, look how it bounces off this line right in here. You see that? This used to be resistance. This is an important level to watch. Actually, the number itself is an important level at 44.80, but that's another thing too. Again, as it comes down here, where do we expect price to stop? We expect there to be issues down here, like it shouldn't get going a lot further down below here if it gets down there. But it doesn't. It comes back up, and what does it do? It starts to test this upper area again here. Look at what it does. See, so you can use short techniques in here to try to get short. Price comes down. Do we think it's going to keep going straight to the bottom? No, it's going to stop where it finds support. This used to be support. This could be support. Be careful. You know, I'll tell you something too. I'll just quickly show you here that you'll find that from like these swings, from the highs down to the swing here and here and here, you should measure them, and sometimes you'll find that there's some very interesting things that happen here. This is a 50% retracement level. Right here, see this? 43.80, 50%. You know, so when you start combining things like this, pretty interesting, isn't it? Hit it, you know. And so just throwing that out there. When it hit this first swing, came down. What did it do? Came down 38%. So just another thing that we show in the Coach's Corner service, we go through this stuff all the time. Let's move it along here. It forms another, minor, what I call a more minor fractal level here, and look how it reacts off of it. Comes down, stops, makes another little minor fractal low in here, and it goes right through it. Now, see, how would you know what to do here? Because, you don't know if it's going to stop or not. Well, you don't. You wait for a recognizable pattern to set up. Price drops through here. The whole candle closes below the line on this little one, comes back up. This old support got broken and price held below it. Should be a level of to expect resistance in here now. Comes along, and oh boy, does it ever start to go down. And here's where we can expect there to be some support, and down here if it gets down to these levels. Here we go. Hits this level, and now what happens? Wow, look at that candle. That went from 68 sort of thing up to 42, almost 90 pips. Okay, 80 pips. Wow, big move. Comes down, hits another level down here, spikes below it to where? Right to this support level right here. I don't know if you guys find this very interesting. I find it fascinating. And when you start to figure out how they line up with other things, fibs and pivots and all that, it'll change your trading. And wow, it's not just a matter of that. There's all sorts of other things involved in trading. Plus, in real time, You're going to want to assess the trading environment and other factors. So like I say, things that we will go over in the coaches corner. Here we are. Look at this. Support becomes resistance. There's a bounce. So just be careful. Now it starts to hold above. Now you can look for places to get long in here on trading techniques. This is where we can expect resistance up here again. It actually bounced off here pretty darn good, and came down here. I don't know, that was around I don't know, 20 30 pips, that little move down there so, and it just kept going up though. And what did it do? It stopped and formed another fractal level. So you can see I've started to draw a line across here, and now I just leave these lines on here because they can become reaction levels in the future. So price this time, what does it do? It comes and trades and holds above here and keeps going, makes another fractal level. Here's where we can expect support in this zone down in here. And what does it do? It hits it. Pretty good bounce off of it here so far, right? Okay. And like I say, you want to find trading techniques that you can use to get into these trades. Look how that level just held and held and held. And right in here is kind of nothing. This is all mush. And you just got to wait for things to break and form new fractal levels. See, look how that comes down. Look how this used to be resistance up here. You leave these lines in here because they're important levels to watch in the future. This is a tremendous trade. Up to, where did it go to? It went right through this potential resistance level, didn't it? And stopped at this one here. Because when it goes through one, it's going to find another one. And another, look at this level here. It holds and holds and holds, and what happened? Oh, it breaks through it. Okay, now where it's going to stop is another. It's going to find another resistance level, and forms another fractal level up here. Starts to come down, and where does it come down to? Old resistance, now support. Already it's had a good bounce off of here. I mean, this is 46.40-ish. The high here is 46.70. So there's 30 pips off of that. Well, there's a lot more than that. It went up all up to here. So there's a pretty big move. 60 pips up there for day trading. It's great. And had a little reaction off of it, by the way. Went up again, and just keeps going up. Forms another fractal level. Actually came down to this little tiny one. I don't tend to use these as much, but when you're watching things intraday, you see things a little bit more clearly actually than when I'm walking it through. Believe it or not, it's actually hindsight is actually a little more difficult than real time at times. So here's our resistance level. Don't be buying in here. Wait till price clears it. We want to make sure it's going to clear, and this is where we can expect support. Moving it along, and that's right up to the current time right now. And I'm going to leave all these lines on my charts. I want to see how price reacts around them. By the way, there are ways to predict where these levels are going to stop at. Can you believe that? Wouldn't that be useful to know? That I expect there to be a stop. But for one thing, this is the figure 147, but there's other reasons too. We can project Fibonacci levels up here and everything. It's quite fascinating. And you marry that together with other things, and it can be a very, very interesting exercise and really, really help your trading. That's the bottom line. So anyway, I hope that's been useful for you, just to show you how support resistance levels are important to watch for reaction, price reactions, and then you can start to construct a trade once you see a price reaction. You might, for example, in here assess the entire, see what's going on. This happened in the Asian session right here. You'll find other times they'll react in fact, very often to react perfectly at the close of London. That's what this is here. That's the London close. Our London close trading course. This is exactly what we look for. Things like this to happen, and we want to see reactions off of support levels at the London close, and well, together with other things. But this is exactly the kind of thing we look for, and that's why that makes that course. I mean, Shirley Hudson's been like over 90% accurate with that thing. It's unbelievable. But that's why, because she watches all these things. Anyway, hope that you found that useful. Sorry I got the weekly trade example out a bit late this week, but I think it's a good one for you to watch. Okay, so thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend, the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you at the end of next week.